good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us live here from downtown Orlando for the 25th annual City of Orlando Veterans Day Parade.
That's right, guys. This is put on by Mayor Buddy Dyer and the Veterans Advisory Council. They do so much here in the downtown area for our veterans, and this is just one of the amazing things that takes place here in the Central Florida area.
It is, and you are joining us live. We are streaming from clickorlando.com and our new 6 Plus streaming app. I'm Crystal Moyer.
And I'm Steven Monteiro, but you guys call me Trooper Steve. Also a proud Air Force veteran, and to be here today hosting this yet again, pretty amazing. We're going to take a pause here, and they'll zoom in back here as the opening ceremonies begin. There you have it, just the start of this Veterans Day Parade, a beautiful rendition of our Star-Spangled Banner, and of course the Orlando Police Honor Guard out there always representing the Central Florida community and the Orlando Police Department.
Yeah, so every year, Mayor Buddy Dyer puts on this Veterans Day Parade along with the Veterans Advisory Council. Yes. We have dozens of different organizations from across Central Florida. They come out here every year and really represent and support our local veterans. The weather today, it's cloudy, but it's perfect because we don't have the sun beaming on us.
Yeah, last year it was so hot. I even had a line from the sunglasses last year. It was beaming. But right now, our weather team, Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos, leading the way out there for us all the time. But predicted this weekend. It was like, look, it's going to be a little humid out there, but you guys are going to be just fine.
I'm just glad you took off those sunglasses. Steve wanted to be cool and put his sunglasses on.
I'm a sunglasses
guy. Didn't
guy.
give me the heads up. So here I am.
Listen, they look good. I know the boss will be complaining at some point. But we are just blessed to be here. We have great stories to even share with you guys today that we've covered here in Central Florida for quite some time.
That's right. And right after this ceremony, we're going to have some of the elected officials and the grand marshals. They're going to get in their vehicles and kick off this parade. This year, the theme is a legacy of loyalty and service.
Wow, I like that. Has a good ring to it here. So we're going to actually check out one of our Purple Heart stories here in the Central Florida community that we got to cover.
Yes, so hundreds of servicemen and women gathered in Orlando earlier this year for the National Convention of the Military Order of the Purple Hearts.
It was such an awesome time to have this convention here in Central Florida. They're all Purple Heart recipients, which is awarded to those who have been injured by the enemy in war. Our very own News 6's Emily McLeod spoke with leaders about how they're helping veterans and their families.
If you're a veteran in need, we're here for you.
The Military Order of the Purple Heart is made up of members of all branches of the U.S. military who have been awarded a Purple Heart. Once a year, they come together for their national convention, and for 2024, they're here in Orlando.
How does it feel to be able to come together with fellow combat veterans that have also earned a Purple Heart? That's got to be a really special experience.
It is. It's a special experience because we come here for comradeship, friendship, and building that bond that keeps us up and going.
National Commander for the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Carter Ferguson, served in the United States Army from 1985 to 2006. Ferguson eventually became a combat engineer and received a Purple Heart after he was injured while serving in Iraq.
You know, we have veterans that have lost legs, arms. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So we can help and support to make their life easier.
The Military Order of the Purple Heart supports veterans and their families in several ways, whether it's scholarship money to help pay for college, suicide awareness programs, or the Veterans Assistance Program.
That has helped people pay their rent, pay their cell phone bill, pay the electric bill, and it just gets them by, and a lot of those people then pay us back, believe it or not.
Wow.
You know, we've had quite a few that have paid us a month or two later. They say, here, I don't need the money anymore, and let's help somebody else.
Oh
and
my gosh,
it's a great program.
Wow. That's incredible to turn around and say, hey, give this to somebody else now
Absolutely.
Because you gave it to me.
Yep.
So
they just needed some help to tide them over for a month. Maybe something happened where they had an extra expense and they're living paycheck to paycheck. So we help, and that's what we do.
Commander for the Department of Florida Military Order of the Purple Heart, Craig Wertheim, also served in the military during the Iraq War. He received his Purple Heart while serving in Iraq while on a mission looking for IEDs.
My vehicle found one that we didn't find, or it found us, and we were blown up, and as a result of that, I received the Purple Heart.
Wertheim says being a part of the Purple Heart is a big part of his life and is hoping to encourage younger Purple Heart recipients to join.
To be able to give back and still serve and to help others, to me, that's what it's all about.
If you are a Purple Heart recipient and are interested in joining your local chapter or would like to donate to the Military Order of the Purple Heart, we put a link inside this story on clickorlando.com. In Orlando, Emily McLeod, Getting Results, News 6.
That's just incredible. I love that we are still to this day honoring those men and women who have sacrificed so much for our country. And of course, we want to give a shout out to all of our military members, veterans, family members, starting with the U.S. Army.
All right. Give them a huge shout out. I know we have a lot of participants from the Army here, and I can't hate on them too much being an Air Force guy, because at the end of the day, the United States Air Force did come from the United States Army. So huge shout out. And then let's give our Air Force guys and gals a huge shout out. Appreciate you guys. Supreme Air Power.
Yes, I am a military brat, mom, dad, and brother, Air Force. My dad was the command chief of Patrick, now Space Force Base.
Yes.
So honoring them. And of course, we got to give a big shout out to the Space Force.
The babies. You guys are the new ones. Listen, I was at a veteran event the other day, and it was funny because the people were like, where's the Space Force? I go, well, they're represented on the wall, but we got a few of them that still need to retire first before they start rocking it all out there. So huge shout out to you guys, especially that You guys are right here in Central Florida.
And next up, the Navy.
Our sailors.
Big shout out to you all. Looks like they're about to cut the ribbon to get that parade started here at the opening ceremonies. And of course, we can't forget our brave Marine Corps men and women serving right now. Let's
you can
see
see
if
there
cut
Commissioner
the ribbon
Robert Stewart with the City of Orlando, along with Commissioner Kari Burns, Commissioner Gray, Commissioner Shan Rose, and Commissioner Patty Sheehan, all right there with Mike from the Orlando Advisory Council. And I think that's it, Crystal. I think we have the official start of the 25th Annual Veterans Day Parade.
Yeah, so you see folks there, very patriotic. We've got flags, red, white, and blue everywhere. So the parade is going to start along Orange Avenue in Robinson. It's going to turn on to Central Boulevard. That's where we are. And then go north on Rosalind Avenue. If you didn't get to make it out, you were lucky because you have a front row seat to the parade watching us live right now.
We have cameras everywhere. We have one of our photojournalists out on the ground, and then this big stick cam right here over my head that's going to be able to give you guys a nice shot of the entire parade as it comes up right here up close. But we want to show you one of our other amazing stories here. Many of the men and women we've been honoring today flew wartime jets and planes while they protected our country.
Yeah, this is one of the museums that I kind of stumbled upon. I'm from Brevard County, and I had no idea this existed.
Wow.
So this is the Warplane Museum out of Titusville, and it gets you up close and personal with those wartime machines. Take a look.
Here is the B-25 Mitchell. Its biggest claim to fame was the dual raid over Tokyo back in April of 1942. This one here does fly. You may wind up seeing it at a local air show. And to see these old warbirds take to the air, it just gives me goosebumps every time.
And a sense of pride. Jack Major knows a lot about warplanes, having served in the U.S. Air Force as a crew chief for nearly 30 years.
As the saying goes, once you get aviation in your blood, in whatever form, whether it's flying or working on it or whatever, you can't get it out of your blood. So for close to 9-10 years, there was a void in my life.
A void filled once he stumbled upon the Valiant Air Command, Inc. Warbird Museum in Titusville. His passion has led him to become a volunteer tour guide, sharing his knowledge and history to visitors like me. The fleet of aircraft sits inside a 30,000-square-foot hangar at the Space Coast Regional Airport. There's about 50 warbirds in this museum, and about 8 of them still take flight. Some of the planes and jets appearing in movies.
This is the F-14 Tomcat. I affectionately call it the Tom Cruise Mobile. This is the star of the first Top Gun. Thinking back to these war movies that you've seen on TV and what it must have been like to be flying over enemy territory and getting shot at.
The Warbird Museum is mostly run by donations and volunteers, many of them pilots, some even restoring old planes.
This is our restoration facility.
Many of the vintage aircraft taking months, even years before they are up to par for display in the museum. One of the most unique planes at the museum, this XP-82 twin Mustang piston engine fighter, built in the 40s during World War II. And if you didn't notice, it has 2 cockpits.
And it was designed primarily for long-range fighter escort for our bombers. The average mission would be 8 to 9 hours possibly. So the primary pilot would maybe take it to the target, and then the other guy would fly it home or some such thing. And it is the only XP-82.
The Valiant Air Command Warbird Museum opened in 1977, and along with other planes, open cockpit experiences, and military vehicles, the museum also has thousands of wartime artifacts and memorabilia. It's open daily to the public. Why is it important to keep this history alive and to keep these out here for people to come and see when they need to?
We need to know where we've been in history, and this is a large part of it.
I posted more information on the Warbird Museum here in Titusville on clickorlando.com/insider. In Brevard County, Crystal Moyer, getting results, News 6.
Crystal, wow.
It was so cool.
And you tell me this wasn't even a planned story. You kind of stumbled upon this amazing place with wartime historical aircraft.
And you can walk up right to them. Every second Saturday of the month, they have a special breakfast. So it's actually on the airstrip of the Central Florida Airport.
Okay.
And you can see them fly these planes, and you get to have breakfast, and then you get to tour the museum.
Oh, like, come on. Sign me up. I think I might do that in the upcoming weekends or something like that. But I love looking at military aircraft because you can just see the generational change and technology from Phantoms back years ago to F-22s today. Pretty amazing stuff.
And you get to sit in the cockpit of some of them. And if you haven't ever been in a cockpit of a big wartime plane, it is tight in there. It's very small windows. Can you just imagine taking on fire and having to maneuver? It's just incredible, and it really gives you some perspective.
Well, I think you sit down, you meet some of these World War II, even Vietnam era veterans, and then you understand a little bit why they see the things and they are the way they are, because the things they went through truly created who they are today.
Yeah, and Steve, that's why I think it's so important for people to go visit the Titusville Warbird Museum, because a lot of those tour guides are veterans.
I love it.
And they are telling their stories, keeping history alive, and I think it's something that no matter what age you are, you're going to find some interest in this.
Absolutely, and we have so many things. There's also a military museum right here in Central Florida.
Get a little drip drop.
I feel a little drip drop out here right now. I just got done looking at the new 6 pinpoint weather app. There's at least no moisture being registered.
Well, here's the thing. I'm looking up, and the clouds are going pretty quickly. So if you know how Florida is, Steve, we're going to get a little something, and then it's going to blow away.
If you guys tune into New 6 Mornings, you understand right now this positivity is constant from Crystal, and this is what I need in my life right now.
It's either this or the sun. I will take a
this.
little bit of drizzle any day.
But I could see my crew right now are like, uh-oh. But it's going to be fine, and no matter what, we're going to have a great parade here. But what I was talking about, there's a Museum of Military History down on US 192 down in Kissimmee. And it's also, I think, something people drive past. They don't realize it's there. We have material in there from every conflict the United States ever served in. It's pretty amazing.
And they do a lot of quilts of valor ceremonies there.
Yes, I just got one.
So it's really cool. So moving on, we do have another story for you.
Do we want to do that other story? Do we want to do the third package? All right, we're going to actually show you two then.
Yeah, so of course, a lot of veterans, they come back, they try to get back into civilian life, maybe try to go to school, and they've exhausted their benefits, making it difficult for them to pay for that if they want to go to school.
Our new 6, Julie Broughton, recently spoke to a nonprofit who helps those veterans get back into the classroom in exchange for service work.
So we're at Second Harvest Mercy Kitchen warehouse today. It really is a well-oiled machine.
If there was a question of the need for food support in Central Florida,
we take pride in everything we do out here.
This chorus of squeaking, clicking, and stretching provides an answer.
It's just like a Lucille ball factory. You know how they used to have the chocolate?
Volunteers work with military precision. Woo. These meals will make their way to 57 sites across Central Florida.
1 in 5 kids right here in Central Florida is at risk of going to bed hungry.
That's why Second Harvest Food Bank started the Kids Cafe, where it's common to pack thousands of meals a day. But that's just the beginning.
Second Harvest, we think of ourselves as part of the pipeline, but not the entire pipeline of support.
Yeah, they got a journey. And the end of that journey makes somebody happy.
All right, now how do we hold this? We are here at Soldiers to Scholars. Good job. You're welcome, baby.
Some of those meals end up here at the Soldiers to Scholars mentorship program off Kirkman Road.
If you fail, get up and try again.
It's a one-of-a-kind program that pairs veterans with elementary-age kids living in the area.
That's awesome.
Malvin Williams-Tyson is the program coordinator. She'll tell you these kids get more than a meal. They get leadership in their life.
We explain what integrity is to them. They know how to salute the flag. They know how to be proud of America.
The kids get walked to and from school and get help with homework in the afternoon. And the veterans, well, they make out pretty well, too. In exchange for volunteer hours, the nonprofit, in partnership with UCF, pays for their college tuition.
I actually was surprised when I first heard it.
A good deal for veterans like Reuben Butler, who exhausted his GI Bill.
So I kind of dabbled in different careers, real estate, nursing, didn't know what I wanted to do.
He's now majoring in information technology.
In the military, it's all about motivation. So we definitely tried to motivate the children.
Us as veterans, we still have the ability to give impact to others, and that would be a simple way to pay for college.
As for the kids, over the years, a few have gone on to the armed services and come back to volunteer themselves. So if there was ever a question whether it's working, there's a chorus of kids with your answer.
All right, guys, give yourselves a hand. Clap for yourselves. That was great.
Welcome back. If you're just now joining us from clickorlando.com or New 6 Plus, you are out of the rain. So thanks for joining us. I'm New 6 anchored insider guide Crystal Moyer. I've got Trooper Steve here.
Yes, hanging out.
25th annual City of Orlando Veterans Day Parade.
And this is our second time doing it. Crystal and I got to host the 24th. Now we're here yet again in downtown Orlando. We're going to be based here throughout the parade, right here at Orange and Central, right where
this is right where they make that turn.
And you're going to have a great shot. Speaking of great shots, we got a photographer out in the field right now.
That looks like the beginning of the parade, and let me tell you, even though it's drizzling, and it's going to pass quickly, because I'm going to speak that into existence, we have a lot of folks here in their red, white, and blue, representing and honoring the men and women who are our active service members and veterans.
Nice motorcycle with different kind of branches of service there in the background. Number 10.
Yes, so that appears to be the Vietnam Veterans of America, Osceola County, Chapter 755.
Wow. Central Florida has over 200 members of this organization, and it was formed in 1987.
Wow, pretty cool. So you can see the men and women there. They are carrying the flags. They are waving as folks are heading down the street. The Vietnamese American Veterans Association of Central Florida. Now, they have more than 200 members, like you just mentioned, and formed in 1987, supporting veterans and their families.
So these ladies that are behind there dressed, you want to meet some bright spirits, Crystal. I've gone to a few different events, and they come out, they have a drum routine. They are so proud to be here in the United States.
Yeah.
And what took place years ago for their country. Come on, look at them. Look at these smiles right there.
And
Amazing.
I love the cultural component of it,
Absolutely.
Steve. You can see that they are dressed, in their cultural outfits, and it really just opens your eyes and your heart and gives you perspective.
Right, because when you sometimes might lack a little appreciation, look to them, because they've definitely got it going on.
I love that. We've got a pageant queen there, Miss Vietnam.
Look at that. Of course,
look at that crown.
You got to have the crowns up on the float there. And so if you're joining us this morning, this is the 25th annual Veterans Day Parade here in downtown Orlando, put on by Mayor Buddy Dyer and the Veterans Advisory Council. Some pretty cool stuff.
So when we came out here this morning, it was a little overcast. We felt a little bit of drip drop here and there. And then right when the parade kicked off, it cleared.
I'll take it. I am not complaining, and I know the rest of our staff isn't either. So we're going to let them keep on going, honoring the nation as we watch this amazing Veterans Day Parade. Thousands of people lining up the streets, Crystal.
That's right, and there are organizations from all around the country. There's Jim Gray,
our commissioner here in Central Florida. Elected on June 1st of 2012, he has been a resident of Orlando since 1988. And Commissioner Gray is a U.S. Air Force veteran. Thank you, Commissioner Gray.
We appreciate your service there.
So he represents down the Lake Nona area,
okay.
The southeast portion. City of Orlando constantly growing. You can skip a block and next thing you know you're in the city, you're in the county. Huge place going on here. Thank you, Commissioner.
And we have some staff members who have been going around giving out these cowbells. We have a lot of New Six swag here too, so I made sure to grab one of these.
That's very nice of you. Cowbell.
You see a lot of kids, and their parents are looking at us like, because they make a lot of noise.
And they're like, thanks, News 6. So coming up behind us, Commissioner Gray making his pass right here.
Oh, looks like they're giving some stuff away.
And
is that candy?
Part of the Orlando Jeep Club is pulling the commissioner this morning here.
I love to see everyone so excited, waving as they're
passing by. And then number 12
by.
right here behind us is the Florida chapter, 173rd Airborne Brigade Association. Amazing group here. This representative of the Florida chapter of the United States Army 173rd Airborne Brigade. The vehicle is restored to U.S. military and trailer from the Vietnam era. Oh, what's this? We've got some grooves going on.
So this is the Young Blacks in Action Incorporated. They have 35 young kids out here. It's a Central Florida tradition. The youth organization was formed under Howard Gentry, also known as Mr. Flute, and has been performing for 45 years.
Wow.
So they're giving us a little dance here. They have a drum line, and they have an incomparable sound and style that's synonymous with excellence. And, they strive to instill in local area youth a strong work ethic, community participation, and teaches the value of hard work. work. So they're out here honoring and saluting America's veterans.
Crystal, you got some moves too.
Oh, you don't want to see my
participate in your alma mater, right?
Yes.
Or your sorority? Is that,
Yes,
am I doing it wrong?
I am a proud member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, the local chapter, Epsilon Zeta. Shout out to you, ladies.
I knew if I brought it up, she was going to get excited. So
I love to brag about the girls.
You volunteer so much time with your sorority. You guys do so much great things. It's nice to see the youth doing the same thing.
Yes, it's really nice to see them out here supporting the community. Young folk, right? That's where it starts. You've got to mentor our young kids.
Listen, if I got out there, I'd throw out a knee. They've given us a wave giving us a little action. Love it. Look at how he's got the cymbals. I love this.
So they're keeping the crowd pumped.
You got to. Especially with a little bit of this rain right now. It's got me a little nervous.
We're not going anywhere, Steve.
The raindrops keep getting bigger and bigger.
All right, it looks like behind them we have Commissioner Tony Ortiz. And Robert Stewart.
So Tony Ortiz and Robert Stewart are both commissioners here in the community of Central Florida. I do believe right there we have our Vice-Star Credit Union.
Look how cute that is!
This is...
I have never seen anything like this. He is pedaling on a little jet.
Wow. He's part of the mighty North American 51 Mustang pedal car plane. That makes sense. Look at him.
I love this. You know why? Because he's pedaling, he doesn't have to be pushed, and he doesn't have to walk.
Yeah. Let's trade spots.
That could be a future pilot right there.
And he's got his Air Force hat. He's got the American flag waving there. Pretty awesome stuff. So back in the 10th year is the famous P-51 Mustang pedal car. And in previous years, the pilots who have outgrown the plane, they assist in this parade. So pretty cool stuff there.
I love this. Just looking at the amount of patriotism we have out there. Oh, look!
The propeller.
The propellers work! I am
This is too much
loving
fun.
this.
I think he might have stolen the show.
You think I could fit in there?
Probably.
That is so cool. He's having his best time.
So Commissioner Stewart just passed us here, and of course Commissioner Stewart's proud to join the children who participate in our city's after-school program at the Rosemont Community Center. Stewart asked you to join him for a heartfelt thank you to the men and women in our Central Florida community today as they host an event out in that area.
All right, looks like up next we have our East River High School Army, JROTC. The East River High School JROTC program was established in 2009. Now, it started with 78 cadets. It's been growing every year. Now they average 225 cadets.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's got to be huge.
So the program is a high school elective whose mission is to teach students citizenship, leadership, character, community service, and the core values are at the heart of JROTC, whose creed emphasizes working to better the cadet, their family, school, and country.
You know, a lot of these JROTC programs do have kind of a benefit to it.
Yeah.
Because when I enlisted, I went in basic, E1, had to work my way up. But a lot of these guys, they leave high school, they get that extra rank just because they went through the program. It's definitely worth it. You definitely are prepared before you show up for basic training.
And that's a lot of early morning hours for these high school students.
We got the DAV, the American Disabled American Veterans Chapter. We've done a lot of coverage with them on News 6, so it's always awesome to see them out and about. Oh, the one and only Commissioner Patty Sheehan. We got to see her earlier this morning. I'm not surprised that her Jeep looks like that.
And she's a Knight. She went to UCF.
All right. So she was elected to the city council in 2000. Commissioner Sheehan attended Seminole State College and then, like you said, UCF.
Go Knights.
So she's been recognized multiple times as the best elected official. She's also known for her advocacy for traffic, pedestrian safety, and wants to give a huge shout out to our veterans here in Central Florida. Thank you, Commissioner.
Incredible. Looks like the sun's starting to come out. Not bad for a Saturday in downtown Orlando.
Oh, I think I see the Buffalo Soldiers coming up here. And the one and only, we have a friend, First Sergeant Dahlia Esbute-Jones, huge New 6 advocate, joining us today. We're going to see them as they go by here. So they're just an amazing group of people.
Yes, they are. And the Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club pays homage to the original Buffalo Soldiers of the 9th and 10th Cavalry. The Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club was formed in 1993 in Chicago. And since its inception, the club has grown to 112 chapters nationwide.
Wow.
8 of those chapters here in Florida.
Yes. I'm doing my best to become an honorary member of this organization right now. We're going to give them a nice wave as they go by. Huge fans of New 6. There's my girl right there, First Sergeant Dahlia Esbute-Jones,
Yes!
retired United States Army.
I can't help but to smile. I'm all
Right.
giddy.
And then coming up there in the Jeep is newly elected Commissioner Shan Rose of District 5. It's a purpose-driven leadership committed to making a meaningful impact in her community. Her focuses are on homelessness and champions community policing efforts since assuming office. Little fun fact, Commissioner and I went to high school together. We're at Point Siena High School down in Osceola County.
That is incredible. I feel like you know everybody.
I try. We got our Model A's of Greater Orlando coming up here.
It looks like behind Shan was the Paramore Kids Zone Kids. It's a great after-school program.
Okay. I know she represents a large group of the Paramore community, and it's definitely her goal to make sure that they are represented. So the Model A's of Greater Orlando is an organization devoted to the restoration and preservation of Model A Ford as manufactured from 1928 to 1931.
Can you hear the horns?
Oh, we hear them.
You cannot miss them. It is incredible how they restore these really old-time vehicles.
We got to see some of these as we were headed over here earlier, and it was pretty cool to see.
We
them
passed
all
by
under
them
lights
really
up.
quickly.
Yeah. Well,
It
yes.
results one.
They were not doing the speed limit. They were doing well below the speed limit.
It's so cool how they decorate them.
You can't not look at these and bring yourself back to history at some point. I wasn't there.
I was about to say, do you know something I don't?
Crystal over here looking at me like, tell me, Steve, what was it like? We're about the same age.
Don't put my age out there like that, Steve.
All right. We try to be the young ones.
Oh, there's the mayor, Orange County Mayor.
So before the mayor passing behind us right now is Commissioner Bakari Burns in the, what color is that? Mustard Jeep, we're going to call that. But there he was going by here serving District 6. But just right behind him here, we have Dew coming up. Let's see, I'm going to go to my notes.
There's Mayor Jerry Demings.
The mayor of Orange County.
Yes.
Mayor of Orange County government, 8,000 employees here. and Mayor Jennings are proud to support our veterans. There are over 70,000 veterans who call Orange County home. More than 700 Orange County government employees are either active military or veterans. An Orange County Veteran Service Office helps local vets. I've gotten to work with these guys, and I tell you, when they are able to bridge that gap between the federal government and its community, we do great work here.
Right, and then behind them, you saw the students behind us. That was Oak Ridge High School's Air Force JROTC. So they had 60 students walking today.
And then coming up there is going to be the Orlando Police Department, Chief Eric Smith, and the Honor Guard. Chief Eric Smith is the 40th Chief of Police for the Orlando Police Department. Since he took office in August of 2022, Chief Smith has made it a mission to reduce violent crime here in our community.
And they are looking sharp. They're the ones that kicked off this parade with their Honor Guard.
We'll stay with the Orlando Police here for just a few moments here so you can see exactly what you're looking at. There is their Honor Guard. They have their flags representing not only the city, but the agency, and behind there, every branch of service, their current flag being held there.
And I think a lot of folks don't understand the role of the Honor Guard. So they participate in ceremonies at the local, state, and national levels, comprised largely of veterans. And the members bring a wealth of experience from various branches, contributing to the unit's precision and professionalism. You can see how sharp they look. They are on point.
Well, at the end of the day, they represent the agency everywhere they go. So whenever you meet these men and women, you can almost tell you're in the Honor Guard.
They take pride.
Absolutely.
As they should.
And then, of course, is the Orlando Police Department as they continue there, joined by their recruiting department out here. That's a fancy military recruiting vehicle right there. That Jeep looking good. And coming up behind them, we have the Chief Executive Law Enforcement Officer of the county.
I wonder who that is.
Well,
could it be? Could it be John Mina?
I think it is. Our sheriff. Oh, he's in the nice. Look at him way back there. Way back there. Orange County Sheriff, Honor Guard, and the Explorers, the SWAT Bearcat. Sheriff Mina was elected as the 29th sheriff of Orange County. He spent nearly 28 years in law enforcement over at the Orlando Police Department, rising through their ranks, and was appointed chief in 14, 18, and 20 prior to being elected as the sheriff. He is a proud Army veteran, part of the 82nd Airborne Division as a military police officer. Sheriff Mina coming up behind us here there in some high water vehicles here. Sheriff Mina giving us a nice hive there. He's got a nice
I'm sorry,
ride.
Results One has nothing on that.
Yeah, it's kind of better than my truck right now, so looking much better. I think the sheriff heard us as he was cruising through there.
Look at that pop!
Wait, look at this old vintage police car. Real quick, before we move on, look at this Crown Vic right here. We're talking old school. It's got the old halogen lights going. That is a vintage green and white paint scheme. Early kind of 90s, 80s era. I forget what year that Crown Vic is.
I feel like it's what you see in the movies.
Yes, yes. I don't even think someone would pull over for something like that.
Oh, I would.
Yeah. Me too. Looking good there. And that is restored and maintained by the Reserve Division of the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Yes. So earlier you saw the pup that I was talking about, and that was with the Southern Cross Service Dogs organization. So it's a local nonprofit organization. It was founded 2 years ago. What they do is they train these service animals to help provide, disabled veterans with a free service animal.
That's winning. Winning all around. And there
because
they are.
It's super expensive, Steve.
It is. And a lot of that, some insurance doesn't cover. So this is where these organizations come through and they get results.
They do.
Surely do. And there they are, guys. Look at that. Look at those pups. You guys already know I can't talk about dogs without sounding a little
and
weird.
Next up, we have Congressman Maxwell Frost and his supporters in his organization there representing. He is the first member of Gen Z to be elected to Congress.
And then on camera, following behind there, is Ocoee High School Air Force JROTC. 45 people walking this morning. The ROTC mission is to develop citizens of character. Ocoee High School's JROTC unit has over 100 cadets. The cadets learn teamwork, self-discipline, leadership, aerospace science, robotics, drill, and ceremonies.
They do it all.
They do it all. And I bet you right now, they'd kill us in a push-up contest.
I'll speak for yourself.
Well,
I got this.
This girl works out so much.
I go to the gym.
She was teaching Candace's kids gymnastics the other day. And I'm like, I would need a ambulance
I'm living
on
through
standby.
them, okay?
Yeah. Got to hang around the youngins.
I can't do it anymore, so.
Oh, they're looking sharp.
They are looking sharp back there. And they devote so much of their time. When you're talking about JROTC, along with the schoolwork and extracurriculars.
It is a lot.
They're doing PT. They're doing extra work. They're learning about the military.
Just the knowledge that they have to absorb is abundant. Schoolwork, like you're saying. And then, you want me to learn everything about the Air Force? And I'm not even enlisted yet? It is truly an extracurricular job that they have. Just like cheerleading, just like football, sports. These men and women kind of planning for their future career.
Right. Look at all the flags we see out there. A lot of folks coming out to support and honor the veterans here in downtown Orlando, lining the streets.
I love seeing all the flags. As they move on, coming up behind them is the Orlando VA Healthcare with the Orlando VA Police Department. So they were established in 2006. The Orlando VA healthcare system is one of the leading healthcare systems serving more than 142,000 veterans in the VA Sunshine Healthcare Network. They were just recently recognized, receiving 5 out of 5 stars in overall hospital quality. As they cruise on by here, members of the patient facility. Of course, they got to show up looking great this morning.
I love the floats.
They are just as excited as we are to be out here. Oh, they got their own speakers going. Love seeing it. I do believe that is also part of the system there. Oh, yep, that is going to be the VA chief. He leads the security division over at the VA hospital.
Right, and next coming up is Representative Anna Eskamani. She's representing House District 42 in the Florida State House and was first elected in 2018. She represents Maitland, Winter Park, Belle Isle, Edgewood, parts of Orlando, and historic Eatonville.
And then she is just walking around. She is probably one of the most charismatic individuals that we have ever met out there. She's just cruising on by there. I was hoping maybe she can come up here. We can get a little interview with her. Next time. We'll look for you next year. So coming up next.
The Bright Star Twirlers.
Who's excited?
We've been looking forward to this.
You can take this one. Go for it.
All right. So Bright Star Twirlers was established in 1999 under the owner-director, AAU National Chair, Candace Dowdy. So Bright Star Twirlers are state, national, and junior Olympic champions.
Wow.
They perform at parades, shows, and competitions. And the kids involved in this organization ages 4
years
up.
old.
And they have several locations within
Let's
Orange
check them out
in
for a
Seminole
second.
County. I feel like if we were out there, we would drop in a little baton there.
Super focused.
It's just incredible to see the ages. You see
They
little
don't let me do
ones,
stuff like
you
this.
see teenagers.
Look how small. 4 years old, ladies and gentlemen. And they're out here truly dedicating to something that they are enjoying.
That's right.
That I would hurt myself doing. Coming up right behind there, Martin Harris Chapter, Air and Space Forces Association. The association advocates and educates the public on the need for a strong national defense through air and space power. Always down for that.
We've got Colonial High School, Air Force, JROTC. They've got about 100 students walking with us this morning. And, you know, they were established in 1986. A lot of those kids, you know, they want to become part of the military.
Absolutely.
And they're embracing the Air Force core values, which
Integrity
is
first.
Yes.
Service before self.
Uh-huh.
And excellence in all we do.
Take it away, Steve.
Can you listen? I live by these.
Can you tell he was in the Air Force?
Whoa. Let's give him a listen.
We're chanting U.S. Air Force. Okay.
I know that. That was bringing me back to like basic training, standing there. Just, you don't know whether to be scared or proud.
Left, right, left.
I'm going to give it to him. This might be the most squared away JROTC group we've seen come through. Pivot.
Look at that pivot.
Good. Even they have a rank structure. So there are students, technical leaders, that are part of this organization. And you can see them off to the side taking some pictures. They've got some shiny grass out there.
I know their parents are so proud.
This is a huge group.
Incredible. Look, you can tell their parents are following with their phones out.
Yeah, there's like a whole
snapping
herd
photos.
of parents right behind this group, taking photos and all that stuff. And they got water. Definitely need more water.
Very important. All right, next up.
Coming up, I think.
Yeah, that's the Rathman Club, Inc. So it's made up of retired members of the Air Force, Marines, Army, Navy, serving the Orlando community with scholarships, as well as Thanksgiving and Christmas baskets for those seniors.
Never forget about our seniors. We talk about giving back, and we automatically go to children, which they need it too. But our seniors play a huge role in our community. We stand on their shoulders, so we need to make sure that we're always taking care of them as well. Let's see who we got coming up. Pack 6. Let's see. There we go.
Central Florida Council, Cub Scout, Pack 6. It's a youth organization right here in Orlando aimed towards citizenship, character, personal fitness, and leadership. And get this, each year, Cub Scouts work on their duty to county or commitment to patriotism by collecting donations for our Heroes and Helpers program. Now, it supports the military as well as local food pantries and first responders. And this year, they raised $1,700.
That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Coming up right behind us is the Dr. Phillips High School Air Force JROTC. The Air Force program at Dr. Phillips High School has over 300 cadets who are committed to learning about themselves with a willingness to change to make their future better. They have served over 3,500 hours of annual community service and compete in numerous competitions involving marching as well as marksmanship and physical fitness.
And I love how families bring out their young kids, grandkids. They look up to these JROTC members.
Absolutely. This is another large group. Leading them, you can see off to the side there, a Chief Master Sergeant along with a Lieutenant Colonel. A lot of these guys retire and then get activated to come back to the school. Pretty amazing
Train
to
up the
continue
next
that
generation,
going.
right?
Yep. I love seeing my Air Force blue.
Tell us a little bit about your experiences in the Air Force, Steve. A lot of people don't know, or maybe they're just finding that out about you being a veteran.
Yeah.
You know, tell us a little bit about what you've been through.
So I enlisted right out of high school, joined the Air Force. I was a security forces member, which is the equivalent to military police. I was deployed rather quickly. I spent a year in Korea. It was amazing. Very cold, very national security operation. I got stationed here in Florida and then was deployed to Iraq rather quickly. And, yeah, it's very
we
real.
appreciate everything you've done for our country, and of course you continue to serve.
Hey, you grew up with it,
As
too.
an FHP trooper.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you know,
Always
we
good
really
time.
appreciate you
Thank
here.
you, ma'am. I think coming up behind, we have the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary Division, 17. They are a group here that just stress the importance of water safety. And they want everyone on the water to be as safe as possible.
And I know you see that mascot on the top of that truck in the back there. Now that's going to be the United States Navy Seabees.
Whoa, that's a float.
What's their motto, Steve?
The Navy?
Yeah, no, the Seabees. Requests we do immediately, the impossible we do right away.
That just gave me chills. Because if you think about that, and think about their mission, they do the impossible immediately. Come on, you can't beat that. Pretty awesome stuff there. All right, our Boy Scouts. Our Boy Scouts do so much, and then they grow up to be amazing people. Do you know who someone we work with is a certified, full-out Boy Scout?
Who?
Jonathan Kagas.
No way!
I'm talking.
I am not surprised.
He has done all the ranks. So founded in 1924, the Boy Scouts Troop 24, originally, sorry, I'm having a headset issue here. Cub Scouts Pack 24 are the oldest scouting organization in Central Florida. The troop and pack provide opportunities for kids to meet regularly, camp out, and learn lifelong skills while having a great time. All boys and girls from kindergarten through 5th grade are invited to join Scout Pack 24, and the boys in 6th grade and above are invited to join Boy Scouts Troop 24.
And every year they do projects to benefit the community, along with community service. They raise money, they give back.
Great projects too, and just the lessons that they learn. I tried it, and I just
not for you.
I wasn't the most cooperative kid. I wish I was definitely part of that though.
All right, next up, it looks like we have the Central Florida Veterans Group with many VA benefits available and the lack of direction to access. A group of veterans meant to educate themselves, organized more than 15 years ago, is now educating others and volunteering in the community. The Central Florida Veterans Group continues to serve as a resource for many veteran families. Monthly meetings are open to veterans and others. The organization delivers free professional in-service training.
Wow. I just love all the volunteer work that goes into the veterans programs. And then there are companies out here that have really no affiliation with the military, but they go out of their way to make sure that they're representing them and that they're giving them that extra oomph to saying, hey, we're here for you.
There will never be enough resources for our veterans. Next up, we have the Lone Star Division. They're from every walk of life, and they are very proud of their military club members.
And then right there on camera is Evans High School, Navy JROTC. 150 people walking. The Trojan Battalion is comprised of young leaders that enjoy giving back to the community and inspiring others to do it as well. The battalion is very active in the academics as well as extracurricular activities with more than 150 cadets. They are the pride of Pine Hills and Evan High School. Let's take a look. Look at them.
If you're just now joining us, watching us on clickorlando.com and News 6 Plus, we appreciate you. We are live from downtown Orlando for the 25th annual City of Orlando Veterans Day Parade, hosted by Mayor Buddy Dyer and his Veterans Advisory Council. Hundreds of folks out here with their families lining the streets to honor our veterans. A lot of schools, they have their JROTC organizations out here.
Just so many volunteer groups just out and about because it's a community event. Behind us, our partners over at Sunny 105.9.
They play those 80s classic hits.
You into the 80s?
I love the 80s.
She loves it all, guys. You should
It's
hear
like a
her.
radio up here.
Every single morning, something's going on. It's always a great time. Here we have the South Seminole Academy of Leadership Law and Advanced Studies, JROTC. This sounds like a very serious group of youth. So they are a South Seminole Academy from Castleberry, Florida. This is their third year in a row that they have participated in this event, and they continue to strive for excellence and lead by example. Look at these guys. Man, they've got swag. Oh, I hear some drums.
Here we go.
I think that's a whole separate group that's coming up behind them. Oh, I think the sound that we're hearing is going to be Universal Orlando, Florida, coming up. They can't just show up and be quiet.
They're going to show out, and they brought some special guests with them, I hear. So they have a veterans network within Universal Orlando. Okay. You better get it with that cane.
Look at him.
I see you.
Just doing it. We got Olive Oil and Popeye. Woody Woodpecker, Betty Boop, all out here today. Look at them. So Universal Orlando is represented today by approximately 50 team members, including several from their Veterans Network and, of course, their members resource group. Their Veterans Network is committed to supporting veterans team members and inspiring professional, personal, business, and community growth through a variety of educational opportunities.
We've got Woody Woodpecker.
Look at
We've
him
got
coming over
Olive
here.
Oil.
Oh, she just blew me a kiss. Just saying.
I won't tell your wife.
Okay, thank you. Is that Betty Boop?
That's Betty Boop.
Betty Boop, ladies and gentlemen.
Steve is over here blushing.
All right. Sorry, guys. They're waving to me. What do you want me to do? Like, just ignore it? Maybe they know. There we go. Oh, I got a wink on Veterans Day.
Is that Popeye?
That's Popeye.
Okay, he definitely had his finish today. Look at those arms.
He's doing the gymnastics class with Crystal on the weekends.
So when we think of Universal Orlando, a lot of times we think of their theme parks.
Right.
But they have a lot of organizations that give back to the community.
Yes.
A lot of volunteer hours.
And that's part of it, of keeping a great employment. I think having that outside involvement, and what better than to get the characters out to come out for a Veterans Day parade. Oh, there we go. Got a nice wave from Olive Oil and Popeye.
And let me tell you, the skill you have to walk this entire parade route in stilts.
Better them than me.
I love it. And how excited are these kids and families when they see these characters come by and
They're like, I did not know Woody Woodpecker was going to be here. Pretty crazy. Coming up behind there is the American Pride Squadron, U.S. Naval Sea Cadets. About 50 people walking in this parade unit. American Pride Squadron is a distinguished local unit of the U.S. Naval Sea Cadets Corps. The USNC SCC is a national youth leadership development organization dedicated to fostering interests and just amazing disciplines. It aims to build strong moral character and essential life skills through a comprehensive leadership and technical programs inspired by the Navy's professional development system. Amazing group here of organizations, and I just love how so many of them have our youth involved in it.
And what do you have to say to some of our youth out there kind of thinking, do I want to get involved in JROTC?
My answer to this is what I do with life and everything. The answer is always no if you don't ask. You won't know unless you try.
Right.
Even if you don't want to have a career in the United States military.
It doesn't mean you're enlisted.
It doesn't. But those 4 years would teach you such core values of just being a respectful adult.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us would appreciate that. and it sets you up. I always say the Air Force taught me how to be a good citizen. It taught me how to be out and about, and I will always be appreciative of that.
All right, this is Girl Scouts of Citrus Council. So founder Juliet Gordon Lowe organized the first Girl Scout troop in 1912, and since then, Girl Scouts from all over have held their traditions, giving back to their communities, education, being girl-led, and continuing to make the world a better place. They support our military and veterans in many ways by giving back through various cookie programs, such as Gift of Caring, volunteering in military-focused service projects, and learning about the importance of service, sacrifice, and gratitude.
I love it because both the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts do so much. And it's almost like a little friendly competition, but the mission is the same. And just all the stuff they do in the community, keep doing it. And always keep the cookies going, please.
And they're also learning a lot of life skills.
Yes, yes. Getting them ready to just be productive citizens. And I'm here for that. I'm definitely here for that. Up next, Chad Bar Law. Is they driving a Hummer?
I think so.
Chad Bar Law is a law firm that is committed to fighting for the rights and benefits of our veterans right here in our Central Florida community. They've got some real fancy vehicles as well. So maybe that could be results too.
You're going to ask the boss?
I'm just saying.
All right, behind them, we have the Filipino American Veterans of Central Florida. Formed in 2016, the Filipino American Veterans support homeless veterans programs and assist military veterans in crisis.
So many groups out here today just bearing the weather. The weather today, nice. I'm saying it's nice just because it's not pouring, so why not? William Boone High School Navy JROTC. So the high school Navy JROTC was formed in 1980 and has 160 cadets. Their mission is to instill in students the values of citizenship, service to the United States, personal responsibility, and just being a great human being. And that's what every one of these organizations is doing. It's great to have them out here today.
And it looks like behind them, Orlando Health. For over 100 years, Orlando Health continues to serve Central Florida. They maintain a rich tradition of reflecting and celebrating their patients, team members, families, and the community at large. Orlando Health, they want to honor all military veterans, both past and present. They salute our veterans and thank them for their service.
Absolutely. All right, one of the biggest vehicle clubs here in Central Florida is coming up right here, the Orlando Jeep Club.
What?
They're rocking about 20 Jeeps here in the parade today. The Orlando Jeep Club was formed back in 1988, and that's why they're so big. They've been around for a while. They're bringing Jeepers together for fun and adventure. I'm learning about the Jeep world. The wife just bought one, and I'm now...
What's up with the rubber ducky
I don't
thing?
know, but it's just about positive vibes. That's what Jeep owners are about. So the club is currently over 520 members strong and growing every single day. They support a lot of local charities, Crystal, and the Russell Home for Atypical Children, as well as the Jeepin' with a Sheriff down in Polk County with Sheriff Grady Judd event, which supports the Polk County Sheriff's charities. They say, got a Jeep, need a Jeep friend, visit OrlandoJeepClub.com and check them out as they come cruising right through here.
It's a club for everything.
Well, we're going to give them just a nice little visual here as they come cruising through.
Oh, look at that. They have the little toy soldiers on the front.
That's the thing about a Jeep. Jeeps are so customizable. You can almost do anything you want, and it still be semi-legal. So
Their own mini floats.
Little
You said
float.
semi-legal. It's okay today, right?
It's okay today. We're a closed road here. Some rules are kind of looked past a little bit here. But you can see here they're all decked out. They're even throwing some candy out there this
I'm trying to catch
morning.
some of that candy that's being thrown out.
Yeah, we'll take one of those. You want to toss? I'll take some Skittles. But we've got 20 members to 20 individual Jeeps here participating, each of them individually decorated. We've got a camera on the ground that is showing them up close and personal. You can see the kids participating in this.
Everyone's just trying to scatter for these rubber duckies and the candy.
I didn't even know they were throwing ducks. I want a duck. Throw me a duck.
Oh!
These ducks.
They did throw
right
one.
here. Ah.
You ask, you shall receive.
Yeah, I asked and everyone else received. But you can see each one of them. Look at how unique even the lighting on them. So just a little fun fact, this is the only time those lights are allowed operating on your vehicle.
Come on, take a day off.
Okay, all right, here we go. I'm going to check out. Look how cool these Jeeps look right now.
Take off that trooper hat.
Look, he even has the wreath in the wheel well. There, I see a dog.
They're having fun with it.
Just a great time here. Oh, look what's coming up.
What's coming up? What's
The
coming
one
up?
and only Major Ken Chapman. It's happening.
We know what that is.
The Salvation Army, ladies and gentlemen.
And we partner with them every single year for our Angel Tree program,
Absolutely.
of course, helping families in need during the holidays. And you got to see their world famous huge kettle.
Absolutely. It's the world's largest red kettle, and it's right here in Central Florida. There we have some of their command staff going by here currently, but let me tell you about them. The Salvation Army Orlando Area Command has proudly served the city of Orlando since 1920. Currently under the command of Major Ken Chapman, who oversees both Orange and Osceola counties. He's been in command since 2018. They do so much, serving the front line since World War I.
Wow.
Providing different type of spiritual counsel and all sorts of things for the community. There's Sal.
There's the red kettle we were just talking about. So today and every day, the Salvation Army prays a blessing on all of our servicemen and women. They thank them for their service and sacrifice to our country. And I know a lot of times you go out and you see somebody ringing that
Right.
bell with the red kettle, right? That money goes towards helping families and programs within
All
our
year
local
long.
community.
All year long. So speaking with the Major the other day, he told me about 60% of their funds that carry them throughout the entire year are basically received during the red kettle time. It's pretty crazy.
And some people have donated some crazy things. Jewelry.
Yep. Is Natasha with the Salvation Army back there. Captain Ken Chapman playing the trumpet in the back.
You know he's playing his trumpet.
And sometimes they get hit with, people not wanting to be overly kind to them. Recently, they suffered a massive fire to one of their facilities down in Osceola County. I tell you, the community came together so fast.
And that was one of their shelters,
One of their shelters. But within the next couple of months, they will have a facility that does everything in one location. Pretty amazing that the community came together immediately for them in a time of need, just like they do for us.
Next, we have the UCF Military and Veteran Success Center, home to over 1,300 student veterans and employing more than 275 faculty or staff with a veterans affiliation. University of Central Florida is a designated Best Place for Vets college with multiple programs supporting student veterans who include the Student Veterans Association, Women's Veterans Association, Veterans History Project, Veterans Legacy Project, and UCF Restores.
I love the music, guys. Absolutely love the music.
United States Submarine Veterans Incorporated.
Their Central Florida base received its charter back in 1997 and currently has about 173 members here in our community. They pledge loyalty and patriotism to the United States of America and the Constitution. Oh, they even have a nice little replica out here.
I love that. It's so nice to keep history alive.
Absolutely. Man, it is warm. It stopped raining. It is gorgeous.
The sky is clearing up.
It is absolutely gorgeous out here. Thank you for joining us for the 25th Annual Orlando Veterans Parade. I'm Trooper Steve, joined by my partner in crime over here, Crystal Moyer.
Hi.
Hi.
You can't get away from
I
it. Not even
can't.
on the weekends.
Not even on the weekends. We spent all week talking about this. I'll be like, I'll see you Saturday. So coming up next, our Young Marines Orlando Devil Dogs.
Ooh.
They're serious, guys.
And you can see they are being led by veterans.
Absolutely.
These young kids are being mentored.
The Young Marine strengthens the lives of the America's youth by teaching the importance of self-confidence, academic achievement, and honoring our veterans through good citizenship. I can't think of anything else I wouldn't want to live by, so great stuff there.
Incredible. It's nice to see folks out here giving out some swag, candy, rubber duckies.
Rubber duckies. Back behind there is the Marine Corps League Detachment. Corporal Larry E. Smeldley, 064. The mission of the Marine Corps League is to promote the interest and preserve traditions of the United States Marine Corps.
And it looks like behind them,
we'll let them get a little closer. Let them do their thing.
I can't read that sign.
I like their
Wind is
outfits.
blowing it.
It's going to be, I think, our 67 in this group here. If we think we're warm, they've got to be warm.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe that might be the Central Florida chapter, Sons of the American Revolution.
So the Sons of the American Revolution is a society of descendants of patriots and statesmen who served in the Revolutionary War, and that's why they're just the way that they are. The Central Florida chapter sponsors awards and scholarships for high school students, for essays and oratory, awards for Boy Scouts and JROTC participants, and they recognize first responders. They're wearing that Revolutionary War attire.
So coming up, we have number 69 in our parade. That just went through was the Fort Gatlin Society Children of the American and the DAR. So the DAR is right here in Orlando, and they are a legacy of service. That was really loud. The Future DAV is a nonprofit charity and the lifetime support for veterans here in Central Florida. Man, amazing group here, always trying to do something, and that's the thing. Just try. That's all. Everyone's going to appreciate it.
And I like this parade because it really opens our eyes to all of the organizations who are here, you know, supporting veterans and their families.
Coming up behind us right now, that was loud and proud, was the red, white, and blue Jeep crew. 13 Jeeps coming up behind us right now. The red, the white, and the blue Jeep crew. If we could just take the shot that's right behind us. As they come cruising around the corner here, Jeep enthusiasts who like to come together for social gatherings and get involved in the community. And we are proud of our veteran groups here as the Jeeps come cruising right behind our stage. You can see here different organizations representing. They have all their different branches that they're proud of. Love stuff like this. Giving us the shout outs right there.
Good morning.
So a lot of Jeeps in this group. And just like the first group, the Orlando Jeep group, you can
They've all
just,
got the attachments with the American flags behind them, which I think is really cool.
they're definitely proud of their Jeeps and their service. So I'm not totally a Jeep guy, but I love the fact that you can take the doors off.
I feel like you're already part of the family.
Yeah, I have no choice. I had to get rid of my car and give it to her for her new job.
Yeah.
So I drive a Jeep now.
Nice.
And everyone waves. And I'm like, hi, hi. Just waving back kind of
It's
thing.
a Jeep thing.
It is a Jeep thing. Whoa. Look at this last Jeep in the group here. Completely customized.
I don't even know how you would get inside with those big wheels.
Just one step at a time. Listen, they gave me this huge Results 1 truck. And I'm 5'8" on a good day.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Coming up behind them is number 71. The Camaraderie Foundation's mission is to provide healing for the invisible wounds of war, through counseling, emotional, and spiritual support for all military service members, veterans, and this important part, their families.
Yes. You know, a lot of times we forget the families who support these veterans.
And they've lived it just alongside with them. So
And
going
they're
along with that,
sacrificing
100% along this journey. So it's always nice seeing them, that they include the families as well. Just a beautiful day out here in downtown Orlando for the 25th annual Orlando Veterans Parade, put on by Mayor Buddy Dyer and the Orlando Veterans Council. They participate in so many events, but this is the token event to where the entire community gets to come out and celebrate our veterans. The organization, you know, they get to recognize them year round, but the community doesn't always get to see the veterans.
Right.
Today's the day.
And
really cool
we
stuff.
always say Happy Veterans Day, but
Yes.
our veterans should be honored every day. And whether you're out here or you're watching us from home on clickorlando.com or News 6 Plus, we know you appreciate them, and we appreciate you joining us to honor our veterans.
That's right. So right behind us is the American Legion Doris Dory Miller Post 331. U.S. Navy is naming an aircraft carrier after Doris Dory, as she liked to go by, Miller, as a result of their heroism on December 7th of 1941. Pretty amazing. The first time a sailor has been so honored for actions taken as an enlisted man. Oh, look at the puppies.
Oh, my goodness. They're so cute. They got their little outfits on. Look how happy they are.
They see the, oh, they're barking at our photojournalist out there.
I have major FOMO right now. We love our animals here at News 6. We couldn't
Almost
tell.
more than we love each other. We want to give a huge shout out to the city of Orlando and, of course, everyone coming out. But want to give a huge shout out to our News 6 production crew who has been able to come out here and set this up for us today so we can give this to you. We've got an entire team behind the cameras here that are making sure everything is functioning. We've got crews out there holding the cameras out there, helping us make our job super, super easy.
Yeah, we just show up. They put all of this together for us. They set up the cameras.
And they say, get in your seat. And we're ready to rock and roll right there. So as we move on, we're going to go on here. As they come up behind us here, there is an organization here called the Soldiers Angels.
Yep. They were founded in 2003 by Patty Patton Bader and honors the legacy of her late father, General George S. Patton, by supporting military service members, veterans, and their families. Their mission is to provide aid and comfort for those who serve and have served, ensuring they feel valued and supported. They achieve this through care packages, letters, and various forms of assistance to deployed troops and veterans in need.
Whoa, Crystal. Right here, look at this. The Mid-Florida Mustang Club. We got 20 Mustangs involved in this parade, and we could hear them before we could see them. So the Mid-Florida Mustang Club was founded in 1981, and the club's monthly meetings starting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and many members are veterans. They hold car show fundraisers to support local community families and support organizations. They strive to bring forth not just a heritage of the Ford Mustangs, but that of service to our nation and local communities. And nothing screams American muscle like an old school Ford Mustang.
Mustang Sally.
Get it? You can just hear that rumble.
Better slow that Mustang down.
Oh, Crystal, bringing it to us. Let's go.
Mustang Sally, my baby.
Oh, I'm not going to get too much because my throat's already a little messed up here. But you can just hear them as they're going.
Stay here.
But we've got the new, the middle age, the old school Mustangs cruising through here.
They are revving. Burning rubber.
They're some of the most proud vehicle owners. That's a nice Roush. We've got a Shelby. And bringing up the end is the new model. The brand new model just out. The new model Ford Mustang there, the 2025.
I'm glad you know about cars, Steve.
Do you feel that?
I do. I can't even hear myself think.
Yeah. Beautiful. I love how the newest Mustang at the end that you're watching right there, oh, doesn't Results 1 look great in the background?
I know nothing about cars, so they look cool. They've got American flags on them, and we're happy about that. I'm not even going to pretend to know anything about it.
This is the best part. I haven't heard anything Crystal has said for the last 15 seconds because of how loud those cars were. All right, coming up is going to be our Heart of Florida chapter, Women Marines Association. It's an honor to become a Marine, and it requires an exceptional woman Marine to take on and lead that challenge. That experience unites us for a life and inspires us to work hard and leave their mark on the world. the WMA, the engines are still getting me right now.
You can read it. You got it. You got it.
Works tirelessly, of course, to thank their military personnel, their veterans, and their community through nationwide chapter-based organization of women Marines. I got through it.
Okay, I think I have to do this next one. I have to.
Oh.
You are looking at the Fierce Orlando Cheer and Dance.
And the crowd goes wild. You're a cheerleader.
I am a proud cheerleader here. So, Fierce Orlando, the ultimate cheer and dance team, they're all about empowering athletes and spreading a spirit of excellence from OCPS schools to their local cheer dim and dance studio. They offer both recreational and competitive teams and classes. They're going to show off their confidence and their teamwork. And let me tell you,
Tell me,
competitive
Crystal.
cheerleading, it is no joke. Not
It's
only
not.
for the kids, but their families as well. A lot of late night practices. It ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Okay? They travel, they compete. It's very athletic here.
Anybody who says cheerleading is just an extracurricular activity, I want to walk up to them and just do the little reset and be like, you go do that.
Thank you,
go.
Steve.
No.
I appreciate
100%. These are athletes. You get
Yeah.
someone, let me go do a little backflip, and you're going to need an ambulance. Let's listen and check these ladies out.
They're going, let's go, Fierce, let's go. I see the glitter. I see the pom-poms. There are so many all-star cheer gyms and gymnastic gyms in Central Florida.
What is the hardest thing to perform or to learn as a cheerleader?
Steve, you're asking someone that's been out of that
Yeah, but you're
out
also
of that realm for many years.
But
a lot has changed.
Little secret, she's currently teaching Chief Meteorologist Candace Campo's kids how to do like somersaults and stuff.
They've got it.
If I did that, I'd be in a neck brace on the morning news with you
Didn't know
guys.
I cheered for Freedom All-Stars,
Yeah.
Space Coast All-Stars, and Orlando Flames. Shout out to all of you.
Whoa. Well, coming up is the Heart of Florida United Way. Their mission united here, guys. They do so much for the community here. Residing in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties, Mission United is a voluntary participation program that will assist you in connecting to community resources when possible and will advocate on your behalf. Just another great resource here in our community. So coming up here now is number 79 in our organization. Or coming up now is going to be the Central Florida Free Thought Community. One Nation Invisible. Thank you, veterans. Number 80.
The Central Florida Free Thought Community is a local nonprofit organization of atheists, humanists, and other free thinkers, including proud veterans from all branches of the U.S. Armed Forces. The CFFC marches proudly today in honor of the countless atheists and foxholes who served this country with honor and distinction, and whose efforts have preserved the freedoms that we exercise daily in the United States.
Just representing everybody and anybody who wants to be out here in Central Florida that has the veteran mentality at the forefront of their mind. And I think that's what today and this weekend was really all about.
That's right.
It is warming up out here.
You feel it?
Oh, it is summer in November here. Our team has scrambled to put up some screens and stuff for us. Really doing amazing things here as we see the parades coming up here. Let's see who else we have. Veterans Deserve Healthcare Choice as they're coming around.
A lot of organizations advocating for our veterans out today.
And that's going to be the Institute of Connections and Opportunities out here with us this morning. Part of the Veterans Parade. ICO was founded by Timur Ahmed, an esteemed graduate from Harvard University, motivated by a strong desire to admit as many students as possible into Ivy League schools and universities throughout the country. Pretty amazing. And the one, the only.
I see the flashing lights.
This has been a true tradition in symbolizing the end.
Someone wants to get a photo with you.
In symbolizing the end of our Veterans Parade here in Central Florida.
People walk up to us while we're doing
And just
this
taking
live.
a selfie with us. But the men and women, ladies and gentlemen, of the premier Orlando Fire Department. The Orlando Fire Department, led by Chief Salazar here, wants to thank all our veterans in the community and is representing all OFD veterans. The Orlando has a proud tradition of being the final portion of the Veterans Parade here in the city of Orlando.
And a lot of people don't understand that our first responders, a lot of them made up of veterans who want to continue their service.
An absolute huge amount of veterans make up our first responder groups. Because look, when you get out of the military, you know, you want to find that home, that culture, that life of service. So why not do it in the civilian world if you've already done it and experienced it in the federal world?
And you can relate, right? Because
Absolutely.
You came out of the Air Force and decided to become an FHP trooper.
You know, they showed up on my base and were like, come on, you're going to come work with us. I will say this. The Orlando Fire Department always has the most clean, immaculate attention to...
Yes!
There we go. All right. Giving us a nice flex out the window there. City of Orlando wrapping up. That is a huge ladder here in downtown. Station and Tower 11. That's going to be there at Station 1. And Crystal, this wraps up our second year doing this with us. Already.
There's no more?
No more papers to go with here. So, guys, we want to thank you for joining us here for the 25th Annual Veterans Parade in downtown Orlando. It has been an honor to bring this great weather, great people, huge, amazing participants today.
And we want to hear from you. Did you like this program? Do you want to see more programs like this? Let us know on our social media pages. You can email us. And if you were out this weekend and on Monday, no Veterans Day,
Pin those photos.
Photos.
We want to see it all. You celebrating your family member, celebrating yourself. You're allowed to do
Anything, red, white, and blue. We don't care if it's your pups, maybe family members. Maybe you have some old pictures of some of your family members who have served.
That'd be great.
We might feature them live on News 6 and, of course, clickorlando.com.
So I am Stephen Montiero, a.k.a. Trooper Steve, a proud Air Force vet. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm your News 6 anchor and insight guide, Crystal Moyer. We appreciate you joining us for the 25th Annual City of Orlando Veterans Day Parade. Have a great one.